my 10 tips on drawing a profile. First tip is to simplify the face to the basic shapes. Start with a round shape, then add a cylinder for a jaw, adding a triangle for a nose cavity. When you draw a portrait, just look at what angle exactly everything is. It is the easiest way to draw the complex shape. It is a very important step because people tend to do everything straighter than it actually is. Don't position everything symmetrically. Measure all other parts of the face relatively to where the nose is. Also, keep in mind that the nose and mouth will be in the most faces further than eyes and cheeks. That part of the face kinda bulges in front. Don't make a mistake when drawing eyes too high or nose too low, because considering the eye position, in fact the eye will be positioned about where the nose starts, and here will be the brow ridge also. Brow ridge is an important part of the profile. Even if you make a stylized portrait, it still will convey a more believable impression on the face. Also, I recommend sometimes stand up and look at your picture from a distance, and also look back and forth between reference and drawing. Don't forget to flip an image horizontally. And one more tip when drawing an eyebrow, don't make it barely touch the end of the face. Make sure you leave enough space for a brain of your character, because many people make the back of the skull too short. Don't try to copy your reference and look at it closely. Try to simplify the forms as much as possible without losing the readability. For example, when you draw a nose, don't think as a nose. Think of it as simply a shape. When you draw a neck, don't make it too thin. The thinner the neck, the more youthful your character will look. When drawing a face, make the nose and eyes have more contrast, because they will stand out more. And don't draw ears lazily. Don't draw ears as simply some shapeless blobs, because they have a very specific structure, and if you can convey it in a picture, your portrait will look much better. And don't draw eyes too big, because in real life they will be fairly small. And also don't get frustrated if you can't draw a profile perfectly. The more you do it, the better you become. Try to understand the structure of the face. Every face has a specific geometry, and in male faces try to make it more obvious if you want the face to look more masculine. In women faces, still try to show the structure of the face, like the jaw and cheekbones and such. It is hard but very rewarding. You will notice big improvements if you spend time on showing all the planes of the face. The very easy trick to show volume is to add rim light. It is very important to understand at what angle exactly does the sun hit the planes of the face. Don't overdo the shadows if you draw a female face. It will probably end up looking more like a man. Hair is also very crucial for the whole portrait to look nice. Add the highlights and add the dark parts of the hair. Don't draw hair where it falls. Don't try to draw hair like a single strand. Look at it as a whole and try to find the geometry of it, where it falls and why. And then you can add the single strands as a finishing touch. It is essential to blur some of your edges and strokes, because it just will look more realistic. Try to lose some edges and leave some sharp. It will provide a nice contrast. The bottom of the nose is usually dark, so don't make it too bright. Don't paint an eye white as purely white. They usually will be cool in tone. The iris of the eye from profile angle can be very thin, so look out for that. The chin is pretty much a sphere, so try to show that, and don't make it too square. Just a general tip before drawing a profile, look how the masters like John Singer Sargent used to draw profile. It can really help with understanding the subtle details, and warm up with some reference to really get used to drawing a profile. The good exercise to draw a profile or pretty much anything is to do a study of general shapes. Like, look at what shape the hair creates and try to draw that shape without worrying too much about if it will look pretty or not. And the same with the face, just draw what shape you think you see. That will really drive home the idea that everything is simpler than we make it to be. You need to consider the space at which all parts of the face are positioned at. The nose, the upper lip and lower lip all have space in between them. Also try to understand the flow of the picture. By tracing over the photo you will understand the general movement better. Sometimes if you see that your portrait looks odd, try to move your ear farther. I personally find that I sometimes put them too close to the face. Also, your ears should start about where the eye starts and ends where the nose ends. the darker parts in the ears and the nose will have more reddish color to it because of the blood in them. The nose actually has very complex geometry. If you draw it just like a sphere, it will not look good. I would say a nose consists of 3 different spheres and a cylinder. Use a soft round brush to paint it. When you finish a portrait, add a little bit of glaze with a skin color just to make values of the face look more cohesive. As for the colors, you can just find some picture you like and try to match the color from it. Or create the little color swatches. Find the color groups of the picture and use it as a palette for your painting. And that's all I got for today. Tell me if you have any video ideas or some tutorials you would like me to make. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow, that would mean a lot for me.